Hello everyone, it's Junie checking back in with you, and I'm here to discuss with you Riley Strain's astrology. I believe he was found on the back of a barge. There's some things that I wanted to, show you. Like I said, I am still learning. I don't know if I'm ever going to be at a point where I can pull up an astrology chart and tell you exactly what it is, okay? I don't know if I'm ever going to be that developed. There are so many secrets and hidden meanings in astrology. But there are some very important aspects that I did mention to all of you. And, you guys are telling me that I should be proud of myself, that I did a good job. And I'm just going to point out a clip of a video I did. I'm going to show you a clip of my own video that I did 3 days ago, explaining to you guys that a railroad bridge was going to be very important. And the barge that he was found from was right a little bit down from this railroad bridge. So the astrology was trying to communicate with us 3 days ago to pay attention to railroad tracks and railroad bridges, that was going to be a mile marker. I came up with a lot of mile markers, and I'm going to discuss that in a moment. But I did come up with the mile marker 7. And he was found 8 miles away from where he was last reported missing, from the city. And the astrology was telling us to look for, I specifically said, railroad bridges, railroad tracks. I also mentioned highway bridges that he was going under. I mentioned dams as well. So I just find it absolutely amazing that the astrology was backing this up. And I want to show you the clip real quick, and we'll discuss his astrology a little bit farther. So Uranus is a planet of being high up. It's a planet of, the sky is the limit, that you're up in a higher elevated area, all right? That it rules cliffs, it rules dams, it rules highway bridges, railroad bridges, especially if there is water, fresh water running underneath of them. And this chart is screaming that, okay? If you look at the bottom, that little square that I like to look at, you can even see that it shows, it's just confirming with all of us that there's a lot of water. Okay, so you can see by that little clip in my video from 3 days ago that I was pretty convinced that a cliff might be involved. I was pretty convinced that we should keep an eye out for highway bridges with water going underneath of them, to keep an eye out for railroad tracks that might be part of a mile marker. And I also talked about railroad bridges with water going underneath of them. Now, the mileage was difficult. One, because he's moving. I didn't think that the river was going to move that fast. The first night, I do believe that he was 1.5 miles away. The second night, I believe he was about 2.3 miles away. Now, 2.3 miles away can turn into 23 miles. 1.5 can turn into 15 miles, right? But I had written on the end of that video 3 days ago that 7 miles was a mile marker, and he was found 8 miles away, which I think that's pretty amazing that the astrology was trying to hint around, telling us 7 miles and a railroad bridge. Well, he was found a little bit down from that railroad bridge, caught on a barge. So that's how amazing astrology is. And I'm really praying that one day law enforcement will start to take astrology more seriously. At least I'm praying that they will. So law enforcement seems to be saying that they don't believe that there's any foul play involved. I am struggling with that. Now, it could be that, there could be no foul play involved. But, Algol shows up in his chart. Algol is known to be drunkenness. It's a symbol of drunkardness. When, what happened to Medusa, the Algol is the eye of Medusa. It involved alcohol, was why she was attacked, okay? So that's very possible as well. Nessus shows up too. Nessus is a symbol of abuse. So this is why I am struggling with accepting law enforcement that there is no foul play involved. Maybe he fell off the cliff. Maybe he lost his balance. Maybe he went to go relieve himself, and that's why he jumped the fence. Mars rules the bladder. I was telling you guys that Mars rules the bladder. Maybe he did go to the bathroom and he fell, and, I don't know what, I just don't know. I'm not really sure how he got into the river. But Maybe he dropped his wallet. Maybe he dropped his cell phone and he had to go down and get it and he slipped and fell, because the Taurus energy does rule property. But I'm still just kind of, with Taurus energy ruling the second house, it does rule property. Scorpio rules muddy, gross water where there's like trash around and where it's dark water, right? And yucky water, muddy water. And that's all Scorpio. And that's what's ruling him. So Taurus does rule the second house. It rules your money. It rules your possessions. It rules your income and your assets. That was why I was really leaning towards a possible robbery. Or it could be that he did drop a piece of his property. He was being ruled by Mars. Mars does rule the bladder. So that's why I'm thinking maybe he went to relieve himself. Is that why he got so close to the river? So the other thing that I was seeing was the Libra and the DNA. I pulled up the asteroid DNA. Now, if another astrologer didn't pull up DNA, they wouldn't probably really focus on the sign of Libra being in the 12th house of endings. But I really focused on Libra after DNA showed up in Libra. It rules balance. Now, let me trying my best to explain the 12th house to you, because it's just such an interesting house. The 12th house is where DNA is showing up. Scorpio is ruling the first house here. It's kind of cuspy, but it's still, you get the idea. The 12th house is ruled by Neptune and Pisces. So endings is water. It's the 12th house is the final chapter in our life, right? And it's saying that a water sign is usually what rules the 12th house, and it's saying that balance is an issue. The 12th house is very interesting. It rules many things. It rules being drunk. It rules doing things illegally. It rules doing things in secret. Okay? So, or being hidden. It also rules the water. And it rules film. And it's saying that he is going to be found on film, on CCTV footage especially, losing his balance. Libra rules balance. In the 12th house of endings, is the astrology trying to tell us that in the 12th house of endings, we have a Libra sign which rules balance and is letting us know that he lost his balance somehow. Now, whether that's him being pushed in or whether that's him actually falling in accidentally. This is where I struggle with the charts. Now, I was trying to explain a little bit about transits. And I have DNA, and I also have DNA in transits as well in the sign of Libra. Now, if you're ever looking for an item that you lose, and let's say, you lost a necklace, or you lost a set of earrings, or your cell phone, something like that, and it shows up in Libra, it usually tells you to check your purse, check your wallet, check your backpacks especially, or bags. That, you might find your cell phone in your purse. You might find your necklace in your purse. Now, did he drop his wallet and then he loses his balance and he falls into the Neptune? He falls into Poseidon, the god of the waterways. Poseidon is the god of the waterways, and Poseidon rules this house that Libra is sitting in. So is it telling me that, maybe he lost his wallet, maybe he dropped his wallet, and that's why the cards came out. They fell out. It'd be interesting to know if his wallet is gray or a kind of a lighter color. That would be interesting to know, because Libra does rule the color gray, and it rules lighter colors. It's an air sign, so it's airy, light colors, but it does rule gray as well. Now, it can also mean this, and this is where I struggle with transits, okay? Even with natal charts, I struggle with transits. But on crime charts, they can be a little bit difficult. Think about this. You see a cloud in the sky, and it looks ominous. And on the outskirts of the chart, you see an ominous cloud, and you say that cloud's going to produce a storm, and it's going to be a bad storm. But you don't know if that storm is going to burst out within an hour, burst out 2 states over. You just see something in the outskirts. And I'm going to just say this because I feel it. I could be wrong. It might not mean anything, but it'd be interesting to know if any of his property or something that belongs to him that has his DNA on it is going to be found in someone's backpack or book bag or purse or bag. Book bag, backpack, that rules all Libra. And maybe it will be gray, or maybe it will be a light color. It's possible. And that would be suspicious to me if any more of his belongings, like I know that his shirt was found that had vomit on it. I mean, is that what it's telling us, that his DNA is going to be found on that's on somebody else's body, on somebody else's property, something like that, right? I don't know. It's very possible. But, like I said, I'm on this learning curve. I do see something in the transits about it, but I'm not sure. Okay. So that's why I feel like I should mention it. It was interesting that his shirt was found with vomit on it. I believe someone else had his shirt. Like, how did someone else get his shirt? Or did he remove his shirt by himself? Like, this is why I really am leaning towards that there was a robbery of some sort, or something happened to him. Something happened to him between 10:20. I do believe that he probably actually passed away or began to drown into 11 o'clock, into 11 p.m. when he might have still have been alive when he hit the water. Now, I know this is horrible to think of. I don't want to think of that. But, we do have Libra showing up in the house of endings. And that does rule balance. So we have a solar eclipse coming up in balance too. That's something that I want to talk to you guys about as well. And we'll go back to Riley. So yeah, we have a solar eclipse coming up. We're going to be feeling this energy between March 25th and April 8th. It is a penumbral eclipse, which is very rare. This eclipse is, I believe it's like the earth kind of hangs out in its shadow a little bit more. It's going to be an intense eclipse. This is going to focus on you trying to balance everything in your life. This is also going to focus on your relationships. Libra rules the 7th house. So it rules relationships, okay? And Aries are really going to be feeling it. Libras are really going to be feeling it. All water signs, Cancers are really going to be feeling it. The last solar eclipse, I was bawling my eyes out. It was a rough time for me as well. So I just wanted to let you guys know we are having a penumbral solar eclipse. It is very rare, and it's pretty intense energies that are going to be floating around in our universe for, I would say, at least for the next week or so. Just, keep your eye out on it. If you're feeling like, what the hell's going on? Well, it's because, there's a major eclipse happening. That's what it is. And they're very intense. Okay, so back to Riley being in Libra, the 12th house of endings. I mean, okay, so Neptune rules film. Neptune is the sign of Hollywood. So, it was telling us that he lost his balance and it's on film. That does back up the astrology. That is there. It just breaks my heart for Riley. I mean, my heart just breaks for this kid. He's 22. He was in the prime of his life. He did not deserve this. This breaks my heart for this kid. I really just wish someone would have sat him down, put him on a bench, and would say, hey, you don't move. Don't leave. Let's call somebody. Let's get you a Uber. Let's get you a Lyft ride. Let's call you a cab. I don't know what they call it in Nashville, Tennessee, but around here we call it Lyft or Uber or something like that. Or is Uber for food? No, I think an Uber is for, I don't know, a Lyft or whatever, right? It get you a cab. Where are you staying? Where do you have family here? You're at a hotel. Which hotel are you at? Let's call the hotel and have them come pick you up, or let's walk you to your hotel and make sure that you don't leave. I just really wish someone would have helped him. It just absolutely kills me that this kid went through this. It just breaks my heart. Please keep him in your prayers. May he rest in peace. I'm so thankful that we found him and that the mystery will hopefully get solved. And if there's justice that needs to get done, that we will find justice for this boy. But I mean, we might never know. So I just wanted to tell you, go over the astrology again with all of you, and for you to, say a prayer for his parents tonight when you go to bed. Keep his parents. Let God embrace them in his arms in this time of need. I couldn't even imagine losing my son. My son is everything to me. I couldn't even imagine it. Okay. Anyway, God bless all of you. Take care of one another. Please take care of one another out there. If you see someone struggling, falling down, make them sit down. Go get them a water. Talk to them. See if they need help. We have to be good to each other and take care and look out for one another. All right. God bless all of you. Good night. Bye-bye.